Okay guys, in this tutorial what I'm going to teach you how to do is create a clock with a ticking hand and pendulum motion like this. You'll notice that the momentum is being conserved. It's losing momentum. There's a hop there, but it's ticking and it's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is basically show you how to move the second hand, move the minute hand, so on and so forth. If you haven't done so yet, just create a very quick model. I'm assuming if you're looking at this, you know how to model this. Just basically a few cubes. Alright. Next thing I want you to do is go ahead and click on your minute hand. And you will notice that this is blue. I didn't animate this by hand. What I want you to do is right click on it and go to where it says, you have to click on the word, then right click on it and go to where it says expressions. And all I did was I typed this in right here. If frame modulus 24 double equals 0, p cube 1 dot rotate x equals -6 times frame over 24. All this means is if the frame, this variable is actually built in a Maya. It's built in a Mel. This frame returns the current frame you're on. So for example, 1 right now. This modulus division divides the two numbers and takes the remainder. So what it's saying is, if you divide the frame by 24 and don't have a remainder, which that means the double equals 0, you're going to rotate the x of p cube 1 by -6 degrees times whatever frame you're on. For example, if you're on frame 24, it'll be -6 times 24 over 24 is 1, so it'll go by -6. If you're on frame 48, it'll be -6 times 48 divided by 24 is 2. So it'll go to, from -6, it'll go to -12. So this just updates the value. That's all this does. It's pretty simple. And what this does is modulus division. 24 divided by 24 is 1. There's no remainder. 25 divided by 24, obviously, you're going to get a remainder. So on and so forth. Each one of these numbers, you'll get a remainder. But when you hit 48 again, you're not going to get a remainder. And we only want to tick when we don't have a remainder. So that's all you do. That's for the minute hand. For the second hand. For the minute hand, what you want to do is make sure you click on the word and go to expressions. This one, you're saying same thing. The only thing you're doing though, instead of multiplying it by -6, you're multiplying it by -0.1. And the reason why it's negative, if you were wondering, turning this way on the screen is negative. It's just the way I set the screen up. If you turn positive, it'll go the opposite way. It'll go counterclockwise, and you don't want that. And why is this -0.1? This is the minute hand. The minute hand moves basically 60 times slower than the second hand. It's only moving 360 degrees every 60 minutes. The second hand is moving 360 degrees every minute. So it's moving 60 times slower. So that's where you get that. You could just take 360. 60 divided by 360. That's where you get that value from. It's not that complicated. And obviously the other one, this is for the hour hand. Okay. Now this is moving 60 times slower than the minute hand. So if you were to take 0.1 divided by 60, you're going to get somewhere around here, roughly. Or you could just simply say, well, the hour hand moves only 6 degrees every 60 minutes, or every 3,600 seconds. So 60 divided by 3,600 will yield that. So one of them is just 60 divided by 6. The other one's going to be 60 divided by 360, and then 60 divided by 3,600. So that's it. That's all there is to it for the second hour and minute hand. What I did here, this was a little tricky. Obviously, go to here and hit S. Make your rotate X 20. And then what I did was I went to frame. Let's see here. Frame 24. right there. Okay? I went to frame 24 and then I hit S. That's frame 24. So right here, go to frame 24, click on your pendulum, and then hit S. Then you're actually going to go to frame, this is where it gets a little tricky. You're going to go to frame 25. Okay, we're only actually concerned about the rotate X here. Okay, so that's actually not 25, that's 29 right there. So go to frame 29, then hit S. Okay, so that's that. And then the last thing I did, if I zoom out here, was I went to frame 48 and hit S. Okay, so why did I do that? Well, if you notice, you get this really nice motion here. Let me just do it so we can see everything. We get this really nice cyclical motion here. And what we have to do is we have to highlight all of these. Okay, highlight all your tangents. If you haven't done so, go ahead and click that to break them. And then what you want to do is you want to grab this and hit W. You kind of move it up here to get your nice motion. So again, this is the gravity. It's going to start out slow and then accelerate. And then it's going to go slow and then accelerate the other way and go on there. That's why I needed this keyframe. Without this keyframe, you can't do that nice pendulum animation. If I were to do something like this, it'll kind of stop too abruptly. So that's why I had to make it like that. And that works. If I hit F, you'll notice that let's try to flatten that out just a little, right there. So you're kind of coming in fast and slow, and then you're going to start up slow and then go to fast. You could always take this and make it a little bit flatter right there. You know, you could pinch that, and that'll work pretty nice. And then when you're done, this will probably mess up my animation a little. Let's see. Nope. See that? It looks really good here. You'll notice it's still going even though we don't see a curve. See how it's stopping a little abruptly there? If we go to here, you actually want it to be a little bit smoother. Let's see how that looks. It's better. We're going to put it actually a little bit down even more, and let's see what that looks like. See, that's smoother now. See that? It's not clanking, it's stopping. You're getting your nice gravity movement. It's speeding up. This is very good. Then when you're done, just go to Curves, Post Infinity, Cycle, and that'll make the animation continue. So again, putting your keyframe at 1, 24, 29, and 40, then highlighting everything here, and clicking this button. That breaks the tangents. What that allows you to do is grab these tangents and move them around individually. That's it. And now you'll have a nice clock animation. I hope you found this helpful, and this now concludes the tutorial.